Deshaun Watson assaulted and harassed me on March 30th, 2020.
In recent years, we've seen the likes of Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Odell Beckham Jr., Darius Slay, and Saquon Barkley remove themselves from the list of elite players without a ring. And while several prominent ringless players are overdue for championship glory, there are some other big-name players who have become impossible to root for. Hence, we'll be sick to our stomach if they ever hoist the Lombardi Trophy. So with that, let's dive into 5 NFL players that we want to see win a Super Bowl before they retire, and 5 that we hope never will.
Plea for Mr. Mixon, found guilty.
A quick plea with no questions asked as Joe Mixon stands before Hamilton.
Want to win? Josh Allen. The Buffalo Bills signal caller has done everything except win a Super Bowl. His career journey up to this point is eerily similar to Peyton Manning's tenure with the Indianapolis Colts. Like Manning, Allen has put up all-world regular season numbers, but Tom Brady's dynastic New England Patriots kept getting in Manning's way of Super Bowl glory. Kinda like how Patrick Mahomes' dynastic Kansas City Chiefs keep destroying Buffalo's championship dreams.
3 Chief, a Chief Pete. They're about to head to New Orleans.
It all came together for Manning's Colts when they took down the Patriots in the 2006 AFC Championship game en route to a Super Bowl 41 title.
Will join his great friend Lovie Smith at the Super Bowl on this historic day.
But we genuinely wonder if Allen's Bills will ever beat Kansas City on the grand stage, considering that the Chiefs have won each of the 4 playoff meetings this decade. Allen is the easy guy to root for, the underdog hero of the story who just can't find a way to solve the evil empire. Chiefs fan or not, I think everyone can agree that Allen just really deserves a Super Bowl ring more than any other active player. He has embraced the city of Buffalo and its passionate fan base, bringing new life to Bills Mafia after 2 decades of misery. It's hard not to feel for Allen and the Bills when they go through heartbreaking defeat after heartbreaking defeat each and every year. We really do not want him to become this era's Dan Marino. Allen is still in his prime and has plenty more kicks at the can. Let's all just hope that he won't become the next great quarterback to retire without a ring. Don't want to win? Deshaun Watson. Do we really need to explain this one? I don't feel like we do. Watson has a history of, some very disturbing off-the-field issues, with more than 24 women accusing him of misconduct.
Deshaun Watson assaulted and harassed me on March 30th, 2020.
Watson eventually settled 23 lawsuits with his accusers and was handed an 11-game suspension and $5 million in fines from the NFL in 2022. The Cleveland Browns faced significant backlash for making the blockbuster Watson trade with the Houston Texans in 2022 after knowing the serious allegations against the Pro Bowl quarterback. I think that alone was enough to root against Watson and the Browns. Cleveland drew more ire when they handed Watson a fully guaranteed 5-year deal worth $230 million before ever even playing a snap for them. All right then. So, okay, even if you just want to, take Watson's off-the-field matters out of the equation and just focus solely on football, well, tell us why this guy deserves a Super Bowl ring when he quit on his old team, the Texans, and then robbed the Browns of $230 million. Baker Mayfield, Jacoby Brissett, and Joe Flacco all ran Kevin Stefanski's offense much better than Watson ever has. 19 touchdowns and 12 interceptions in 19 games over 3 seasons as Cleveland's starter.
Watson faking the jump and to the end zone, it's picked off. Petrie.
And look at how great the Texans are with CJ Stroud now. Yeah, how does it feel quitting on them now, Deshaun? Making all that money to be a worse quarterback than Jacoby Brissett and Joe freaking Flacco? Woof. Sure, he got his money, so whatever, Watson's a happy man. But by no means does he deserve a Super Bowl. Join us all in hoping that he never even gets close to the Lombardi Trophy. Want to win? Derrick Henry. It feels like most Hall of Fame caliber running backs in the 21st century never won a Super Bowl. Saquon Barkley erased himself from being a member of that list by helping the Philadelphia Eagles to football's ultimate prize last season.
Not there. Now it's going to flow up for Barkley, who hangs on.
Well, hopefully Derrick Henry can do the same before he calls it quits. The NFL's active rushing leader by a country mile, King Henry, finally left the Tennessee Titans to pursue a ring with the Baltimore Ravens in 2024. The 2-time rushing champion and proud 2K Club member had a monster first year in Baltimore, rushing for 1,921 yards and 16 touchdowns.
Here is Henry. on the reception for the touchdown.
Yeah, so much for hitting the before 30 wall, huh? Henry was loyal to a mediocre Titans team for 8 years. He only got to taste 3 playoff wins in Music City. He is a one-of-a-kind running back and just simply an all-around awesome dude who is impossible to hate. Humble and dedicated to his craft, Henry has a spot in Canton locked up already. Hopefully, he can have a similar finish to Hall of Fame RB Jerome Bettis, and hopefully win that ring at or near the end of his career. Don't want to win? Joe Mixon. Yeah, there's no denying the talents of the Houston Texans star and ex-Cincinnati Bengal. Mixon enters 2025 with the 3rd most rushing yards among active players, and playing on a top AFC club like Houston means he's got a real shot at winning it all before retiring. But, man, if we're being honest, Joe Mixon the person does not deserve that experience. So back in 2016, some very disturbing video footage showed Mixon punching a female Oklahoma student in the face and breaking her jaw in a 2014 incident.
For the first time today, we heard Joe Mixon talking on tape about his 2014 fight with Amelia Molitor.
Mixon ultimately got a slap on the wrist, only 100 hours of community service and mandatory counseling. However, not learning from his mistake, Mixon was hit with a misdemeanor charge for pointing a gun at a woman and threatening her during an incident in Cincinnati. Mixon allegedly told her, "You should be popped in the face, I should shoot you. The police can't get me." He was ultimately found not guilty in court.
Plea for Mr. Mixon, found guilty.
A quick plea with no questions asked as Joe Mixon stands before a Hamilton.
And then, less than 2 months later, Mixon's sister and her boyfriend were sued for shooting a teenager near the running back's home. Yeah, okay, now try telling us that he deserves a Super Bowl simply because he's good at football. Want to win? TJ Watt. Unfortunately, TJ's older brother JJ Watt walked away as one of the best players to never win a Super Bowl. I mean, both Peyton and Eli Manning got multiple rings. Could you just imagine if neither of the Watt brothers got one? Yeah, hard as it is to believe, TJ Watt has never experienced a playoff win. I know, right? Seems crazy. The Pittsburgh Steelers have made the playoffs 5 times over his first 8 seasons, but it has been one and done each and every time. And, well, they haven't even been close in either of those 5 losses. You really gotta feel for Watt too, because, man, he has put up with a lot of crap in that locker room. The Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, and George Pickens drama queen sagas, the lackluster quarterback play that has wasted the talents of Watt and the elite defense, and, well, we could go on and on. The 3-time sacks leader is a lock for the Hall of Fame at this point. Not only does he deserve to experience playoff success for once, but the man deserves a Super Bowl ring as well. He has been loyal to a Steelers squad marred in mediocrity for the better part of the last decade. He has put the team on his back. Seriously, what more does Pittsburgh want from him? Be it in the Steel City or somewhere else, we just hope to see Watt win a Super Bowl before he rides off into the sunset. Don't want to win? Micah Parsons. Yeah, you could say Parsons plays for the Dallas Cowboys, enough said, and end the century, but we're still going to continue. Parsons has rubbed many people the wrong way with his arrogant and outspoken personality, and hey, we get it. It's a part of the game. But his constant whining and insults on X/Twitter, or whatever the heck you want to call it nowadays, has really become tiresome. I mean, come on, that childish feud with former teammate DeMarcus Lawrence, mocking the city of Detroit, complaining about Brittany Grenier coming back in a prison exchange, starting beef with teammate Malik Hooker, and yeah, he is not the cleanest player either, as proven by his sucker punch to New York Giants offensive lineman Nick Gates that led to an $11,000 fine. Oh, and did we mention that he plays for the Cowboys, and we'd have to see Jerry Jones get to celebrate another Super Bowl if Parsons get a ring? Yeah, no thank you. Please, no, don't need that, nobody does. Let's move on, we're done. Want to win? Devonte Adams. Yeah, it's definitely criminal that Aaron Rodgers and Devonte Adams never won a Super Bowl together during their 8-year partnership with the Green Bay Packers. It's not like they weren't close, though, having reached 4 NFC Championship games together, but still, Adams went through plenty of playoff heartbreak in Green Bay. His highly anticipated tenure with the Las Vegas Raiders went nowhere as well. But it's not Adams' fault that he was stuck with mediocre quarterback play before getting traded to the New York Jets in 2024. It's also not Adams' fault that the Jets were a complete, unmitigated disaster either, which was largely brought on by Rodgers' drama-making tendencies. Well, after his release from the Jets, the 6-time Pro Bowler signed a 2-year deal with Sean McVay's Los Angeles Rams. Adams is now running out of time to add that elusive championship to his Hall of Fame resume. As a world-class talent, ultra-competitive player who has been through so many heartbreaks and downs in his career, I think Adams truly deserves to taste Super Bowl glory before he finally walks away. Don't want to win? Stefon Diggs. You ever notice how many of the NFL's all-time great wide receivers never won a Super Bowl? Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, Chad Ochocinco, just a few names that come to mind. Despite putting up all-world numbers and having the luxury of being his team's top receiver every year, he's still never happy. It's always about him, never about the team. Diggs' antics became far too much for the Minnesota Vikings, who ended up trading him to the Buffalo Bills in the 2020 offseason. Diggs emerged as an all-pro receiver, with Josh Allen feeding him the ball, exceeding the 100-catch and 1,000-yard marks in all 4 seasons with the Bills.
From the 20, Allen, let's go. Downfield for Diggs. He's got it. Diggs to the 25-yard.
But it just was never enough for Diggs, who constantly pouted and whined on the sidelines. Remember that shot of him berating Allen on the sidelines during their humiliating 2022 divisional round loss to the Cincinnati Bengals?
Diggs wants to win. He's a highly emotional player. They love it.
Yeah, well, after the 2023 season, the Bills had decided that they'd had enough, and they traded Diggs to the Texans. They were so happy to get rid of him that Buffalo happily took on a dead money hit of $31 million for 2024. Diggs' one-year stop in Houston was cut short by a torn ACL. He then signed a 3-year deal with the Patriots in free agency, only to spark controversy in the offseason by carrying a mysterious pink substance during a boat party with several women. Yeah, so, please don't tell us that this guy deserves a Super Bowl. If he put the team first and stopped being a weird headache every single place that he went, Diggs would probably have a Super Bowl by now. But he just wants his targets and wants his money. And that kind of behavior is not deserving of a ring, if you ask us. Want to win? Jared Goff. When it comes to the top NFL quarterbacks, you can usually view 2 sides. They're easy to love or easy to hate. I mean, just look at Tom Brady when he played, or Aaron Rodgers, or Patrick Mahomes. But it's hard to find anything to dislike about Jared Goff. He has embraced the pressure of reviving the Los Angeles Rams franchise as the #1 pick in 2016, helping them to 3 playoff appearances and a trip to Super Bowl 53 during his 5-year run there. When Sean McVay and the Rams awkwardly decided that they gave up on Goff and didn't want him anymore, he was dumped to the Detroit Lions in the blockbuster trade that brought Matthew Stafford to LA. And at the time, nobody gave Goff a chance on a Lions team that just hired a head coach who said something about biting off kneecaps. But Goff accepted the challenge with Dan Campbell and gradually helped the perennially losing Lions reemerge as a winner in the NFC. In 2023, Goff led Detroit to their first playoff win and NFC Championship game appearance since 1991. A year later, the Lions finished with the franchise best 15-2 record. Goff never once complained about being dumped by the Rams or about entering a difficult situation in Detroit. He has been better than ever with the Lions, making the whole Stafford deal a win-win trade for all parties. And like Josh Allen, Goff has experienced enough playoff heartbreak that it's overdue for him to win it all. The loss in Super Bowl 53, the 2023 NFC title game defeat, the very shocking loss to the Washington Commanders in the 2024 divisional round. A humble, committed, and lovable leader like Goff deserves a Super Bowl before he retires, as do the long-suffering Lions fans. If these guys ever hoist the Lombardi Trophy, it'll be hard to maintain a dry eye, no matter what team you'll root for. Don't want to win? Nick Bosa. Bosa has been everything the San Francisco 49ers wanted when they took him 2nd overall in the 2019 NFL Draft. And yeah, he's on a Hall of Fame trajectory. But no, we don't want to see him win a Super Bowl. Truth be told, it was hilarious to see Bosa pout after his 49ers lost to the Chiefs in Super Bowl 54 and 58. The man has never been humble or classy, in victory or defeat. Before the 2019 NFL Draft, folks dug up social media posts liked by Bosa that contained racist and homophobic language. And in 2021, internet detectives also found old tweets from his then-girlfriend containing some racial slurs. He's arrogant, obnoxious, and acts completely entitled. Heck of a player, sure, but Bosa shouldn't be as cocky as he is unless he actually wins a Super Bowl. He's far from a likable fellow, and it is all too easy to root against him. So yeah, go ahead and never win a Super Bowl, Nick. That would be great. But which other players do you want or don't want to win a Super Bowl before they retire? Do you agree with our list? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, then clicking the like button helps us out a ton. And we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, then subscribing is a great idea, because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.